We're gonna do all of this evaluation stuff on one of my personal examples of automations today. We are gonna be evaluating the workflow I wrote for writing proposals on Upwork. The way that my LLM app works is that I give it a description of some job that was posted on Upwork freelancing platform, where they post a lot of different jobs and projects. And the goal of my LLM is to write a nice project proposal, which I can then review and send to the person. And the bigger n8n setup that I have is basically I first find all the relevant Upwork jobs to what I'm doing. I offer AI automation and chatbot development services. Then I have the check that checks if this is a good job for me based on the description, if it is relevant to my skills. And then if yes, then it is writing the proposal message that you've seen here, and then it sends me a Telegram notification. So let's have a look at what do I mean with testing. Let's start with the test set. The task again was like this. We have a title of a job, for example, AI agent developer, and then we have a project description from Upwork. Someone says, I'm looking for a developer, we are building this thing, we need these skills, these are the phases, blah, blah, blah. And the goal is then to check, was it a good job for me? Accept it if yes, and reject it if no. Then extract skills. We extract skills from here, Microsoft, chatbot development, Azure, and stuff like that. And then I manually sit down and write a proposal that I, as a human, would write. This is, by the way, all now LLM generated, so I just faked it all for you. But imagine I manually wrote my very perfect proposal. And after that, we then have all the n8n setup that's running, and that is doing the following predictions. It predicts the GPT output, if it's qualified or not. It predicts skills. This is the extraction task. This is classification task. And then it writes the proposal. This is the text generation task. And we are doing this kind of test set in a way that we want to cover as many different use cases as possible. The final goal of this whole thing is to write good proposals that I would feel confident sending without editing them very much. I need to go to Upwork, and for my perfect test set that has a good coverage, I'll find a lot of different jobs about different kind of skills, some jobs that fit me, some jobs that don't fit me, some longer, some shorter, and then I'm going to be evaluating on that. Let's have a look at how can we automate this thing, and how can we then be doing the evaluations in n8n. This is the setup for testing that I have. And we're going to go to another tab where it basically looks the same. What we're going to do is we're going to read the test set line by line, and then we're going to first qualify the job, so accept it or reject it. We extract skills, we write proposal, we save it all. And then we have this LLM-as-judge, which I'm going to go through afterwards, which is checking whether it's a match, whether the skills that were extracted are same as what I manually labeled, and whether the proposal that GPT wrote is also similar to what I wrote. So if we now run this workflow, let's just see what's going to happen. It's two different types of evaluations that I want to show you. I first want to show you the top kind of evaluation when we are evaluating similarity between human proposal and GPT proposal, and then there will be another more advanced one, which I'll show afterwards. And meanwhile, it ran. You see now it is all populated, and we have this label. So accepted, accepted, rejected, rejected. So this one is all correct. We generated this label for classification task, and this one we can either manually review, or we can have a formula here which basically compares it and gives us a score for classification task and says, okay, this is 100% correct. Then we have those skills generated by GPT and the proposal that we wrote. And then we have this LLM-as-judge, which I'm going to show to you afterwards, which basically took this proposal and compared it with a human proposal and said whether it was similar or not. In this case, for proposal is this example, and it either says completely different or it says GPT output has extra information compared to the human, GPT output misses information from human, or the same. We get those scores here automatically with the explanations. For example, for the first row, it says that the proposal focuses on different aspects of the automation, while GPT output discusses a broader experience and different tools. So we can review this either manually, or again, we can then calculate a score here and give it a number. For example, if all the proposals were same, for example, here we got same, then we can give it 1 out of 1. If it's maybe the yellow one, then we give it 0.5, and if it's red, then we give it 0 points.